this video we're going to take a look at the Neil Young song Down by the River, and it starts out with an E minor to E minor 7, putting our ring finger there on the 3rd fret of the bass string, to A. Almost sounds like Horse with No Name, which a lot of people mistakenly think is written by Neil Young, but isn't. But it's fairly simple. But this is a good example of a chord progression which, if you try to solo over, you can't just pick a scale, because in the key of E minor you don't actually have an A, you have an A minor. So we're going to look at that later. This video is for Mark, who asked about this one and looked at the idea of how to improvise and solo over this chord progression. The E minor 7 to A is also, I think, in Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, Us and Them, if I remember rightly. I'll have to look that one up. But very simply, that E minor 7 to A. It's played 5 times for the introduction. Then it goes into the actual verse, and I'll play that through. Be on my side, I'll be on your side, baby. There's no reason for you to hide. It's so hard for me to stay alone when you could be taking me for a ride. Drag me over the window, send me out. So it starts off with the simple introduction guitar to A, back to E minor 7 to A. I'm going to do that again. Then I'm going to do C major 7 to B minor, and again, then C, B minor to D. So that's C major 7, take a C chord with the B added, so you take this finger off, or you can play it like that, but and it has that very unique sound, the major 7 chord. So that's the verse. In the introduction we have this little bit of kind of thing going on, which is derived from the E minor chord, or the E minor and E minor 7. So if you think of D minor, D sharp, there's an E minor chord in that position. The D note is the 7th, because that would be the 3 notes out of E minor 7. And if you mix them together, you've got that. So an arpeggio that would be your notes in the E minor chord in the A. There's A, there's A, and there's A. And we're going to look at that after we've explained the chorus, which is fairly simple. Verse G, down D, A, river, the G, I, D, sharp, my A, baby, and then again, down by the river, E minor to E minor 7, and then that chord progression continues on to be able to solo over. So that's fairly straightforward, the chorus. Down by the river, I shot my baby, down by the river, down, shot a death. The reason I keep looking over here is because there is a sheet that I've written out for it. That'll be on the blog, link in the description, all on one sheet, hopefully to make it easier for learning. We've discussed that with a lot of songs when you print them off from the internet or buy the book. It's always over 100 pages. We'll try to keep things simple. Now for the trying to solo, I'm not going to try and do it exactly the same as what's been played on the record, but we've got some ideas for being able to improvise over, and it's a really good thing to know that not all chord progressions don't always fit into the scale, so you kind of just meander up and down a scale shape, hoping that it's all going to sound nice, because in this case it wouldn't, because E minor, E minor 7 and the A don't appear in the same scale. So what we're going to do is, like we've said, E minor, in that position you've got the 7th there on the D. So you can see in the introduction it's used at like that. So that's all E minor 7 in that. You've obviously got the E minor here in that position. Root note on the 7th fret. If you take that finger off, you've got that note, it would be the 7th. That would be the 7th also. So you've got them group of notes. So, and then that would be moving into the A. You could use that note out of A. So, that's a good thing. I was using a looper pedal the other day when I was working this out, and I had that chord progression playing, and I was trying different things over it to see what worked. And so you should be able to hear the chord progression as it changes. And this is very simple because it's E minor to A, but you should be able to hear where you are. So when it changes to A, you can change to notes that are in the A, and then as it goes into E minor again, that's really simply what I would do if I was improvising over it. As the song continues, I think there's about 16 bars at the end of the first chorus for improvisation, and the same with the second chorus. As we get into the next verse, take my hand and I'll take your hand, together we may get away. This much madness is too much sorrow. It's impossible to make it today. She could drag me again, there's the improvisation, which we're going to do. If you're just doing this acoustically, you'd probably miss that out anyway. And then your next verse, be on my side, be on your side, there's no reason for you to hide, it's so hard for me to stay here alone, when you could be taking me for a ride. She could drag me over the rainbow, send me out down by the river. I shot my baby down by the river, down by the river. I shot my baby. And it really just tails out on that. So as always, thank you for watching, and I hope that helps you be able to play Down by the River by Neil Young, and also gives you some ideas on how to improvise over a chord progression that doesn't necessarily fit into a scale.